Welcome to Monday's Market Outlook here at Wealth Creation Investing. Matthew Buckley, the Chief Investment Strategist. And here we go, folks. Going to be an interesting week. We're really starting to see the air come out of this whole Obama-Syria balloon. Not going well. He essentially made a fool of himself at the G20 Summit, really going trick-or-treating, looking for support for military intervention in Syria with Putin just playing the spoiler, right? Essentially saying we're going to provide humanitarian aid, we're going to provide military aid. They're already sending more ships to the Eastern Med. China's doing the same thing. They're actually deploying their fleet, which is essentially a brown water navy, a coastal navy. They're starting to send them to the Eastern Med. Really getting ugly here, folks. Charlie Rose interviewed President Assad. I think the interview is going to play tomorrow on national TV. But this thing has turned into an absolute clown car. The guy's already dispersed anything of military significance. The chemical weapons are buried deep underground, which for all you Bush haters out there, of course, he got his chemical weapons from Iraq, but I digress. So we only care when we care, folks. So in my opinion, the market is already moved past this, and I think the president, even if we get a vote this week in the Senate or the House, I don't think he's got support in the House. I think he's just, as if he's hasn't reduced our stature in the world enough. He really has booted us to the back row of Clown University here. More interesting to me is it's China and Japan, folks, and Russia is up there as well. But China and Japan are the largest foreign holder of our debt. Our banker is China. If they really wanted to be a jerk to us, they could dump all their treasury holdings. What if all these foreigners, China and Russia, hold 25% of our debt? What if they decided to dump all that or want to get their money back? Or what if all the people in the world who think we're being foolish just decide not to keep buying our debt? So we might get into a non-shooting war with a couple of these countries who are, wanting to stick it right in our side here and poke us pretty hard. So moving on, folks, the Syria thing, kind of a yawner now, which is sad. Men, women, children. Look at the images or the videos of what chemical weapons do to people, and take a look at the children that got killed. It's just an absolutely horrible situation. But this is what happens when you let bad situations become horrible situations. So I'll leave it at that. Obviously, the jobs report on Friday came out. Unless you were in a cave, that thing was your typical Obama jobs report. Not too hot, not too cold. 169,000 jobs, which is an absolute yawn, especially with most of them being created in retail, restaurants, and bars. Yeah, the unemployment rate went down a little bit, but that's because we are at the lowest workforce participation rate in 35 years. Just a ridiculous jobs report. But you know what? The Fed, it doesn't matter. The Fed's still going to do what the Fed's going to do at their FOMC meeting coming up here in a couple weeks. It's still going to happen, folks. They're going to start the taper, and it's we're getting out of bizarro market where bad news is going to be bad news, folks, and terrible news is going to be terrible news. So jobs reports like these coming out after the Fed starts tapering, look out below. Kind of a standard week on the flight schedule here. I think Friday's kind of critical to me with core and regular retail sales and some PPI and University of Michigan consumer sentiment. Also, what is catching my eye, going to be early Tuesday morning, late Monday night, but a lot of economic data coming out of China. Retail sales, industrial production, their fixed asset investment, their money supply, and new loans. The last time data like this came out, the Shanghai imploded, and the rest of the world kind of started to catch a little bit of a cold as well. This is right around the time the GLD, or actually gold, imploded as well, when we saw an economic slowdown in China based on these numbers. So you'll probably be nice and toasty in your bed after watching the Eagles beat the Redskins on Monday Night Football, but this data will be driving the market on Tuesday, I believe. I'm very long-term bullish on China, short-term neutral to bearish, and we have several diagonals in our model portfolios to back that up. Matter of fact, look at FXI is the Shanghai. I have a synthetic stock position, which is we've turned into a synthetic covered call in our primary trade alerts model portfolio to Top Gun Options. Look at this, up nearly 500% in a couple months on our synthetic stock position here, up $2,300. So really liking what's going on with the Shanghai. I think they've over in China, picture's worth 1,000 words. Look at this, with their credit crunch and their housing bubble, thought they were going to fly right into the ground there. They bounced off the ground, and now they got airborne again. So really liking what's going on over in China and Japan too. Liking what's going on over there as well. Hey, make sure you click on the link in this email, one of the two WebEx links. Because over at Top Gun Options, we've announced a new strategic partnership with the Black Bay Group, Illinois-based registered investment advisor, commodity trading advisor, and they're also launching a hedge fund here in a couple months, backed by Goldman Sachs and Wells Fargo. So we're providing asset management services through the Black Bay Group at Top Gun Options. So if you want to learn how to fish, that's what you're here for at Wealth Creation Investing or Top Gun Options. If you want to sit on the dock and watch somebody fish for you, that's what these folks can do as well. They trade stock, options, mutual funds, futures, if you're so inclined. A wide range of services. Been doing it for nearly 3 decades. And we're going to meet the founder of the Black Bay Group, Todd Butterfield, on Tuesday at either 1 o'clock Eastern or 9 p.m. So click on one of the WebEx links and click register. Obviously, since the event hasn't started yet, you have to click on register to register for the event. You can find out how to get on board with some of their asset management services. Their blended strategy after fees returned about 7.34% in August. And you guys remember what a volatile month August was. That's a hell of a return. That's a triple-digit annualized return, and I think they have about 144% return since inception. So great company. Very proud to have them as our new strategic partner for asset management services. So if you're looking for a professional in the industry here, they have a veteran team of traders and investors to help you. So stop by either Tuesday at 1 p.m. or Tuesday at 9 p.m. or stop by both to get your question answered, learn more about the Black Bay Group and Mr. Butterfield and his blended strategy and how you can potentially invest and see some of those pretty shit hot, excuse the term, returns that they've been pulling down year to date and since inception. Okay, got to run. Going to be an interesting week, so I'll see many of you Tuesday in our presentation with the Black Bay Group. Make sure you check out Top Gun Options throughout the week for our daily sit rep reports as well. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge and have a great week. We'll see you.